Again. Hello? Yeah. Today, I want to be considering this that you're seeing with me. What's it called? It's a center pleat dress with kissing pleats. It's just the description of the dress. Let's see it. This center slits with this color, what is it called? Color blocking, as you can see. Then with kissing pleats. It's a nice dress with a side zipper, as you can see the back. So it's just as easy as A and B and C. I have my own fabric here, so you can just get your own nice touch of fabric too. I want to be doing my color blocking with this one. So let's get started. What do? You fold your fabric into two as usual. So this is the two fold, this is the closed end. What are the measurement parameters I want to be using? I want to be using bust 39, waist 34, half length 17, dress length 46. Remember, it all depends on yourself or the person you're making for. Across back 15, then sleeve, what's it called, 17 inches. You see that I did not say anything about hips. This is a kissing pleated dress, so I don't need the hips. But one thing, you have to know your hips line. Hips line. The hips line, you take it from here. You know this is a dress. Your hips line. So your hips line is about 27. So that means your dress, the zipper, you extend it from this waistline to about 5 or 6 inches down. 6 inches down from your waistline, so as to make allowance for your hips. But you know, you don't need the hips measurement because the kissing pleats will already make allowance for your hips. You don't need, it's not tight fitted. So, but the waist is tight fitted. So from that tight fitted point, you know, you affix your zipper from like 2 inches or 3 inches away from the bust line, because it's a side zipper I'm affixing. So like 3 inches or thereabouts away from the bust line. Like 3 inches away from the bust line this way. I'll start affixing the zipper. So when it gets to the waistline, I'll extend it till like 6 inches away from the waistline. So that's just what you have to do there. So let's get started. This fold, what determines the extent of this my fold is actually the biggest circumference, and the biggest circumference is 34. Edge is 39, please, bust, or let's even say it's what is it called, 40. That's divided by 4 will give us 10 plus 2 inches allowance. So at least this my fold is okay. I folded it this way. I fixed this pin so that the fabric will not be shifting. So let's get started. I'll just take, where's my starting point? I'll just make this straight line, this line my origin. So this is my origin. So from this my origin, I'll get my what? My across back is what? 15. I'll divide by 2. Remember, your back is always divided by 2. So that's 7.5. I add half inch sewing allowance. So that's giving me 8 this way. Then I'll get my armhole. Round armhole. Round armhole. Round armhole is what? 18. 18. So what do? I divide by 2. That's 9. But to be on the safer side, I'll cut on 8.5. So I could trim. Just through my armhole this way. Just make sure that your fabric doesn't shift. That way. Then you now come to the bust point. The bust point. For dresses that don't have padded measurements, like we have it this way, for dresses that are not padded, You don't actually need to take your nipple, shoulder to nipple measurements. So the bust is just a little bit below the armhole point. So my bust is somewhere here. So I'll take my bust measurement from here. So what's my bust measurement? 39. 39 divided by 4 will give us 9 3/4. This is 9 3/4 here. And I had 2 inches, or I could add 2.5 inches. I want more allowance, and I'll use part of that for the side zipper. So 2.5 inches. Then I'll come to the waist measurement. That's half length position. What's the half length position? It's 17. It's 17. I add half inch for joining here the shoulder. So, what's the waist measurement to be taken there? The waist is 34. 34 divided by 4. 34 divided by 4 will give us 8.5. So this is 8.5 here. And I had the normal 2.5 inches I've added. So how do I take my darts? Take my darts this way. I just make it 5 inches. I'm going to take the normal dart and the French dart. It's going to give it a special kind of style. You can see that that was also what was taken here. You have the normal dart. You have your normal dart, and you also have the French dart. So it gives it a type of nice shape. So for the normal dart, I'll just come here, get 4 inches this way. Then I'll take it like 5 inches upper, away from the waistline. 5 inches or 6 inches, if you like it. So I might take 1 inch dart, or you might take half inch dart. It all depends. So I just want to take half inch dart. So that means I'll be taking quarter on both sides, quarter inch on both sides. So then I'll come to my French dart. I'll come down from the armhole to like 3 inches. Remember, our joining will be this way. So I'm coming down with like 3 inches. Okay, our French dart right now. Remember, I added 2.5 inches. I said I'll come down from the armhole by like 3 inches, thereabouts. So remember, I added 2.5 inches as allowance. So this is actually my starting point for the French dart. So I will extend it by like 4 inches or 4.5 inches. So we make it 4.25 inch. So this is my French dart. So I want to achieve 1 inch dart for the French dart. So I'll take half inch on both sides. So, having arrived at my dart this way, then I now go to achieving this. The neckline, that will form the slits in front. Then I'll now do my color blocking. So you can see the neckline. Anything you want to achieve in fashion, right now, after getting to this stage, there is nothing you should not be able to achieve. Just take that thing and just take a careful look at it. How was this achieved? Do you know how you achieve it? Just fold that fabric, that part style into two. Just say, okay, this is how it is. See, I'm going to get it. Look at the logic you need. From this point, where did the cut start from? This curve, you see that it's from about 3 inches or 3¼ inch from the neckline. Then you have it up to like 8 inches. It all depends. You don't have to follow it verbatim. You will just getting the idea. Then from there, you see that this is slanted. It's slanted. You have here like 1½ inches or thereabouts, 1¾ inch. You can see. Then when I show you the inside, you understand. Such that when it's opened, both sides will be like almost 2¾ so like almost 1½ inch. So let's just achieve it. It's pretty easy. I want you to take note of something. For your necklines, determine the type of neckline you want to achieve. If you want wide necks or moderate neck or low neck, it all depends on you. Do you understand? So look at this neckline now. These are crossback is almost 8. That means when it's folded, it will be 4. And when you want to cut, you not cut on that exact 4. You cut on like 3¾ such that when you sew, you know, when you sew in, you will sew in like on 1/4 inch or ½ inch or thereabout. It will now fall to that 8. But if you want to achieve that this 8 now, and you cut on exactly 4, by the time you turn it in, it will be wider. That's one thing you should please understand. It will be wider because you sew in. When you sew in this way, you sew in. So please, let's understand that. That's just what I want us to know. So I think I like that type of neckline. So I want to achieve it 8. So I'll cut on 3¾ across back location. This 3½ then 3¾ Then I'll note the joinings where I want to have the curves from. I want to have from like 3 inch or 3¼ inch, then up to like this neckline. Is like 5 inches. So you just start this way. And one thing you should note, what's the position between these points? That's what I've showed you. You have like 1½ inch. This 1½ inch. So this is where you start your slants, and by the time you get to your half length position, you should be having like 1 inch. That's what you form the way you slant the shape of your color blocking material. So just have it this way. It's not really a round neck, it just comes this way. This way. Then you now start the slants. That's it. done. Remember, this place has curvy shape like this. So this, the part you're going to cut out, and you now cut it on your fabric that you want to use for color blocking. So you now affix it inside, and it has formed the slits. So it's going to have this slit at the center. So let's just cut out and you see how easy it is. Don't forget to slant the shape of your shoulder. Seen it. This is now what you are going to use to cut the fabric you want to use for the color blocking. Please, you can't use same fabric. If you use same fabric, it's not going to come out nice. It will not be noticeable. So you have to use a color that will contrast the extent where you want it. Look at this, started from here. This 5 inches. This 5 inches. So I'll just place the tape this way, this 5 inches, but I'll make it 4 3/4 because by the time I'll turn it to be that 5 inches. It's about 5 3/4 inch, so I can make it 5.5 or 5. I may not want it low. It all depends on how you want it. So I may make it 5.5. By the time I sew in, it will go on that 3/4 inch. So you just cut out this 5.5 on this, so that you have the shape already that you just place. Okay, so these are about 3.5 inches. By the time you're sewing, it will come to like 2 3/4 inch. So you just place it this way and just achieve this. You don't have to fold it. It's just going to be open this way. Use this edge. Sewing, you sew on like 1/4 inch here. Then when you get into this place, you come in very well. Let me just use pin to affix it so that you see like 1/4 inch here. Then you just be going in. So like the space that will be here will be just be 1 inch. Till there will be no space here, please. Or if you want a space, it all depends on how you want to achieve it. If you still want any space here, so you just be going in, Okay, after sewing, you're going to be having something like this, like I'm having. You can see that this, it's not exactly this way. That's fashion. I don't want it. If you want it, your own to be so close this way, so you just start slanting your hand until it gets closed. I don't want mine to be that. So in fashion, you don't have to follow verbatim. So you just start slanting, you see, the pleat, you just start slanting. And look at mine, you just sew this way, just sew this way. Then you have to do a facing. This is just the facing for the neckline. This is the facing for the neckline. So just achieve it So that's how the slit in front looks like. It's just as easy as A and B and C. So whatever you want to achieve in fashion, it's very easy. Just dream of it and you are going to have it. Just dream of it and you're going to have it. Now my facing this way. Just sew the facing this way. So far it's not going to be, I'm not adding, I'm not sure I'm adding what's it called to it, lining. So you just sew the facing down this way such that it's going to come out. It's just going to be as if you did a little lining on it. So that's how you put the facing. So you sew on quarter inch down. So that's it for facing on both sides. So cutting at our back panel this way, I'll just affix this pin. You place your front fold, you place your front panel, use your front panel on fold, you place it this way just to achieve the back. Remember, I'll be using side zipper. The back is just closed this way, so it's just like half inch. The back is just closed this way. There is no zip at the back, so it's just like half inch. It's not even up to half inch, maybe quarter inch or thereabout for the closing. So that's just what I'll leave. You know, in my allowance, I'm going to affix the zipper in this my 2.5 inches allowance. So let me just leave like half inch here for the closing of the back. Okay, place your front panel on the back panel this way. So with this joining at the back, just half inch joining. The zipper will be by the side, half inch joining or quarter inch joining. Just quarter inch joining at the back. I could just make it half inch. So the zipper is by the side and I'm going to get it from this allowance. So I'll just get the half inch here this way. This part, the longest part here. So I'll get this half inch. This half inch. And I'll take the measure, this measurement to the biggest part here. I just want to form the straight parts for this back panel. You know, the back panel doesn't have these bends. So from this here, let me say this is the biggest part. So just release. This 13 inches. So let me just get 13 inches crossbar. So getting my back panel, I'll just get this largest part here. So I'll just have the ½ inch that I want to use for the joining at the back, or 1/4 inch, or whatever you want to use. So I'll get the largest part here. How do I want to do this? Remember, this is straight, this is not slanted, the back. So 13 inches. So I'll just get 13 inches crossbow. Why are we doing this? The back is straight, it's not slanting. It doesn't have the color blocking. So my back neckline will still be 3 3/4 on the across back location. By 2, because I may not want a low neckline, the back. Achieve my back neckline. And cut out normally. We just needed this to guide us on how straight the back will be. We just cut out the back shape as it ought to be normally. Panel and our back panel. Remember, the back will be opened this way, then it will be closed, then the side is where we affix the zipper. This is the front panel, this is the back panel. It will be closed this way. this way. And you have your front panel on it. The zipper will be by the side. Then you also achieve your facing for the back. You achieve your facing for the back panel. Please try to achieve your facing before you cut the back panel into two. Just when the back panel is still together this way, just put the fabric on two fold, then achieve the facing. Your back facing, so please cut the back facing before you cut the back fold into two. So when you have it that way, you just sew right side facing each other. Then you now turn. Right side, you know it to be one fold. It will not be like mine. I've cut this way. Right side facing each other. This way. Just sew this way. Then you turn it backwards. So you have your facing like this. So we're good to go. Okay, right now I want to achieve my sleeve before I achieve the kissing pleats. These yards, the number of yards that I use is actually 2.5 yards. That's what I have here. It's by 60, you know, 2.5 yards, and it's by 60. So I want to get out my sleeve so that the remaining part I could just use it to form. So that the remaining parts I could just use it to form the kissing pleat. The kissing pleat. So the number of yards that I used actually for this tie is 2.5 yards. So it all depends on you. If you don't have much fabric, pleated dresses are so easy, because if you don't have small fabric, if you have small fabric, you just do the pleat it will not be really full like that. So you could just achieve it. So the round armhole is 18. So this is 18 because I want to achieve the two sleeves together. And I want this to form like the pattern towards the hand. Oh. This is 9.5. So half of the armhole is 9. So this is a good fold. Remember, if you want to achieve long sleeve, it all depends on you. Or if you want to achieve baby collar sleeve, that is just hair, it all depends on you. If you want a sleeve that is just here, you just take the sleeve length to this point. That's what you use. Let's say 5 or 6 inches. It all depends on what you want. So you might say I'm always achieving 3/4. That's what I like. So you just determine the length of the sleeve you like. So I want something 17 inches to be around here. If you want a long sleeve, it could be to just, for your long sleeve, this is the point you look out for long sleeve. When you're measuring for long sleeve, so it's going to be this way. So this is your ankle bone. Yes, mine is 25. This way for normal long sleeve, but it now depends on the preference of the person. The person may, like some of my customers say, you will not allow my necklace, my wristwatch, everything to show. I want it upper. So some people's long sleeve could be here. So you ask them, this is the normal position for the long sleeve. But if they want it here or they want it there, some other persons will want it lower. So, but this the normal position for the long sleeve. Then the round sleeve for long sleeve is usually between 7-8, except if you want to do a bogus hand, 7-8 or thereabouts, except you want to do. So it depends on the sleeve you want to get. You could even make it a circle sleeve. It depends on the type of sleeve you want to achieve. Just try to achieve. But for this, I want to achieve just like this jacket sleeve, or jacket sleeve, 17 length 17. So just come this way. Is the origin. So from this origin, just a jacket sleeve this way. So from this origin, I'll get my sleeve length 17 inches. So I could put half inch or 1 inch for turning. 17 inches, so I could put half inch for turning in. I get the round sleeve. The round sleeve is 12, that's 6. I just add half inch sewing allowance. And this 9. Then an important one is the biceps. Please, I want you to take note of this, it's very important. Some persons will sew their fabric from here, then the biceps will be very big. It's not going to make the fabric come out well. So you have to measure this. It's just like the big arm. The biceps, mine is around 14. So for people that have big biceps, that's when you see how you shape it when you're sewing. For somebody like me that has, my biceps is not too big. So you know that somewhere here, this will guide how the slants will look like. Plus sewing allowance, let's say to be 7.5 or thereabouts. So this will inform the shape of the slope of your hand. I hope you do understand. So that when you're sewing, you eventually come down. So this, I have my sleeve, you just notch this. This is the type of design I want to be achieving on my sleeve. To form like a special design this way. So whatever fabric you're using, just try to follow the pattern such that when you have the lower part to form like then you see how I'm going to achieve what is it called now, my kissing pleat. You can see that my upper parts, I did the fabric in a way. I did it this way. I had to slant it horizontally this way to achieve the upper parts. So when I want to achieve this lower part, this design is actually straight. It stands this way. So I'm going to make the kissing pleat stand so that it will not be as if it's a special design. They are not the same. I hope you understand. So just try to create something out, a pattern out of your fabric, and that could just be the only design. It's not that there are no new styles anywhere. It's just about you being creative with your designs and coming out with something new. So there are no new styles anyway. Just create a special kind of pattern with your fabric, and that's why you need nice fabrics, fabric that speak volumes, so that when they just see you, you can see like this fabric I have now. There's nothing so special with it, but just this slit in front and this color blocking made a great difference. So when the person wears it, it's going to be shouting, talking, speaking. Yeah. I achieved my back and front panel and the sleeve. So this is the remaining material. Remember I told you I'm using this just 2.5 yards of material by 60. So I want to achieve the kissing pleat part now. I'll just say this upper part that I've gotten, this upper part minus the old dress length. The old dress length, I'll minus it from this upper part. The dress length is 46 inches minus 17 inches for the upper part, for the half length. That will give us 29 inches left. So 29 inches for front and back panel. Remember? So remember this, my leftover fabric. So, and I think I'm just so lucky. This is just about 29 inches. So I'll just divide into two this way for both front and back panel. You have to have zipper at the back. If you want to make your own back zipper, for this back panel now, you will cut this two fold into two. You will cut this folded back panel into two so that you extend your zipper by 6 inches or thereabout downwards. So that from that half length position, let me say my half length is 17, I add like 6 inches more. That will make it to up to like 23 location, so that I'll be able to, for the ease of my this, or I can add like 5 inches so that it will make it 22, so that my hips will not be affected. Just like that, you just open it a bit. You know you are going to open everything down if you are going to put zipper at the back. So you just open it and you are fixed the zipper up to like this 5 inches, 6 inches, then you close the remaining part if you are achieving zipper. But so far, I'm not achieving zipper. It's by this side. I'm going to join the zipper sideways to the front panel on the allowance. Let's assume this is my front panel. It depends on the length of kissing pleat you want to achieve. This kissing pleat is 4 inches. You can see 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. So it depends. Remember, when you want to start achieving your kissing pleat, you have to leave some allowance this way. So start here, going in by 1.5 inch or 2 inches. So remember, what will determine the extent of your kissing pleat? It's actually the availability of your fabric and your waistline. Look at it. This is your front panel, and we also have the back panel like this in one fold because there is no zipper at the back. So the waist for this dress is 34. That's the waist on the half length position is 34. What do we divide by? We divide by just the two fold. That's 17. 34 divided by 2, 17. That means when I'm through with pleating this, I should have 17 inches for the pleats. Then this 1.25 inch on both sides for sewing or thereabouts. Or if you want 2 inches, it all depends on you. So please, you leave some allowance. So when you are achieving your kissing pleat, be mindful of the waist you want to achieve. panel. See how it came out. Can you notice something, that I don't have much excess as I have in the front at the back, because I've actually known that the fabric is much more enough, so I now did the kissing pleat to go inside the more, which will make it more beautiful. So later on I'm going to change this other panel to make it the back panel, and I'll make the kissing pleats go inside more, so that I will not be having this excess. So you can see how this kissing pleat forms. It's well pleated. So, and what did I use to achieve it? My waist length, that's 17 inches. So you can see the 17 inches here. So these are just allowances for sewing. So just like that. Now I could just make this one my front panel, and this one my back panel. I'll pleat it well for sewing. So you just have it this way. So we join via the sides this way. So we join via the side this way. So you are going to be having it like this up to the waist point. So to be joined via the side this way, and the other side too. Remember, you now have the front panel this way, the upper part. Ooh la la. So then you have your sleeve this way. This is the back panel. You have your sleeve this way. I'll be having something like this. Just an easy wear. What do you call it? So let me just see your own design. So it comes out this way. Then you affix the zipper. This is the back panel. The zip, start from the back. You start from the back panel this way. So the zipper, you affix the zipper. So the zipper will be here. Affix the zipper by the side from, like, let's say 1 inch away from the bust line this way. So you now extend it to this lower part, like 5 inches, so as to allow easy flow of movement. Then don't forget to take your dart at the back, just like you took it in the front. So it's just as easy as A and B and C. Your simply dress with center slits is just as easy as A and B and C. You don't need to achieve the French dart at the back. Just achieve your normal dart at the back, and that's how it is. The sides slits, it's just as easy as A and B and C. So watching out, looking out, seeing your own work. Let's see how it comes out. So let me see how it comes out till I come your way. Bye bye.